Welcome back, everybody. It is a beautiful Saturday in November. My name is Landon Rank, Niwot High School cross country runner, and today we are reacting live to the 2025 Nike Cross Regional Southwest. My team, Niwot High School, looking to defend their NXN title and win another NXR and get a at-large bid to NXN. It is a great day to watch cross country. If you are a cross country fan, wherever you're watching from, make sure to like and subscribe. NXR, one of the best races in the whole country. Everybody comes out for it. And we have already seen Niwot perform very highly in the first girls race. We saw Emily Bolda take second place with an 18-18 5K. And Niwot got the win in the first girls race. We're still waiting on our boys at large race. Some of our guys are going to be racing. And then today around 10:45 a.m., we are going to have our boys going up against the number 5 Harriman, number 10 teams like Jesuit and other teams like that. It's going to be amazing. We have got your live NXR reaction today. My name is Landon Rank. If you are looking for the live stream, it is right here on the side of your screen. We'll put it a little bit further halfway in. And just like that, NXR Southwest, here it is. It is finally here. Ladies and gentlemen, looking to level up, check out StreamYard and get a 10-yard discount. StreamYard, one of the best websites in the whole country. We got all of Niwot on the line today. We cannot access the entries, but just looking at this, we're getting ready for our boys race over here. But our boys at large, not ready to go yet for Niwot. It's going to be exciting, though. If you like cross country, make sure to like and sub. Checking out this so far. Again, that girls large race, we just watched Emily Bolda getting second place with an 18-18. And Real Training grabs their first win so far of NXR, getting into it with 45 points. You see there in your left corner, 45 points for Real Training. Pretty impressive to start the day. We're going to get our green colors up for Niwot. Make sure you're wearing your Niwot shirts. But we are set. Piper, can you shut it? All right. And as we look around, getting ready for this another boys race here. Don't see any of our Niwot guys. I'm not sure what race they're going to be in, but I just don't see any of them yet. But will be exciting when it comes. Did some kid just do a backflip? I saw that. Some kid just attempted to do a backflip as they were getting this boys race started. Niwot will be in the next race. And there's another boys race off there, the red race. I still don't believe Niwot is in this race. It's not been to my knowledge so far that there are any Niwot runners in this race. I got to check Coach Kelly's email real quick because he told us who was in each race. And yeah, looking around, we don't have our first boys race for Niwot till 9:45 a.m. So we still got plenty of time. Let's check our live results courtesy of Athletic Net. Checking out last year's NXR real quickly for a second. Checking out last year's NXR, Niwot boys lost in a close one to Harriman. Final score, Harriman 74, Niwot 90, American Fork Club. This is why it's going to be such an amazing race. And last year, the Niwot girls ended in 6th place overall at NXN. That was last year's NXN. Interesting to see what will happen today. Let's get it, baby. Go Cougs. Checking out this year's results for the NXN Southwest area. We talked about that first race where Real Training took another W, as Real Training has continued to show that they are the best team in the nation. Amazing how I want to show now. Looking at our girls' large race, my goodness, did Niwot come out swinging here in the girls' large 2 race. Emily Bolda finished with a time of 18:18. Real Training going 2, 4, 9, 13, 17, 18, 20 for a score of 45 points. That's exactly what you want to see. Effie in 4th. We saw Brecken Lee in 10th. Charlotte Repture in 14th. Jonah Kelly in 19th. Followed by Elsa and Paige Edwards, Lila Robbie. They were all sub 20. Got the job done today for Niwot. Amazing to see. Just below that sub 20 was Wendy Cheria at 20.66. That was that girls race. We're looking ahead. Boys races still to come. This is the one. Boys large 1. We will see Nate Kirkland and the Niwot boys. And then in boys large 2, we're going to see Zach King, Noah Barrios, and some of the other boys before we head to the boys championship later today. And looking at these lineups for Niwot, we are in for a good race. Niwot's team is looking better than they ever have. Rocco Culpepper, Ryder Keaton, Gabe Marshall, Jude, Hunter Robbie, Garrett Sherrod, and Quinn Sullivan. And then on the girls' side for the girls' championship, we've got your defending NXN champion from a couple years ago, Addie Ritzenheim, Avalon Beltran, Elsie Hagan, Teresa, Scarlett, Anna Prock, and obviously Kelly Wilson. That is your lineup for the Niwot Cougars. Looking around at these races, we still have plenty of time to go before that 9:45, and we'll see Niwot take on all these top 5 teams in the nation. And you look around at this week's rankings for high school cross country, Niwot up there. Let's check out the high school sports cross country rankings. Your Niwot Cougars taking the first place spot for this week. Jesuit, Harriman, who Niwot will face off against today, the number 5 team. This is super interesting for Niwot, because Niwot is facing number 5 Harriman, number 8 American Fork, number 21 Colorado, number 28 Riverton at NXR Southwest. So really interesting to see as the day goes on. It's going to be an interesting race for Niwot, but hopefully the Cougars can continue to get this done. And we hope to see Niwot out there today getting lots of wins. But looking at this girls race, we're not going to see another Niwot race till 9:45. So we have about 30 minutes. Going to continue to watch these races as they go down. Ladies and gentlemen, let us know in the chat who you are cheering for, Niwot or the other teams. Later today, we might be having an Iowa football live stream. I've always wanted to stream my reaction to an Iowa football game, but I've just never been able to do it. We'll see how the day goes, and I might be able to get another live stream in for the Iowa Hawkeyes versus Michigan State game later today. Great start here, though, at NXN for the Niwot Cougars. Some of these races, man, I'm checking the results. Looking good. I mean, first place in that girls race in 1850 and 5K. These are advanced results. Boys small 5K dropped to 1542. We're going to hopefully see some sub 1430s from our Niwot boys. Quinn Sully earlier this year at Desert. I was at that race. He hit a 1431, I believe, to get second place. So interesting.
We've been talking.
We're going to take a quick break and be right back here. Enjoy.
Wait, hold up. If she can fuck how she twerk, she the one. If she can fuck how she twerk, she the one. If she can fuck how she twerk, she the one. If she can fuck how she the one. If she can fuck how she the one. If she can how she the one. If she can how she twerk, she the one. If she can how she twerk, she the one. If she get nasty on the D, she the one, not the two. Yo, putting it on me like I put it on, but that's on you. Leave her if she won't send you her location. Use a fool, stay in school. I'm one take, but I be fucking them in twos. Call her the one, she ride like a cruise. Call her the one, she eat that thing like it's food. If I put her in red bottoms, I won't have the blue. WID my move, what it do?
Sorry. But yeah, we're going to see Anthony Petty, Angus, Nate Kirkland. They're all currently in the entries for this boys race. I'm excited to watch it. The girls races are almost all complete now. All of the Niwot girls have raced. Looking back at our girls large race numero 1. Niwot continues to just get the job done. Georgia and Izzy and May Denner coming in at 22, 23, and 25 minutes. Overall, not looking too bad. Kendall Toothaker running a 20:59 5K. These are some of the results that we weren't able to see when we first looked. Zoe Zabel, Kendall Toothaker, Stella Brewer, Georgia Jaffe, Izzy Pye, and May Denner coming in right there. Those were your Niwot girls. Those were all the Niwot girls that are racing. We'll see the championship in a little bit. But for right now, we're just relaxing here. Boys championship race still yet to come at 10:45. Nate Kirkland and crew getting ready to come up in a second. Should be exciting. I can get it. All right, we're back. NXR Southwest. One of the best courses in the whole country. That boys race still waiting. We're still on boys small race numero 1. Still finishing it up here at NXR Southwest. Boys race number 2 and number 3 will feature your boys out of real training. And looking at the starting lineups, looking good. We were not live there, actually, for some reason. There we go. My screen is a couple seconds behind. Boys small 2 finishing up here. Nate Kirkman crew waiting to go. They will be set for boys large 2 at 9:45 a.m. Until then, keep it here. NXR Southwest. I'm Landon Rank.
Winner that came from Emmy Ream, I believe. Pro Large 1 race.
Nice.
Shout out Ream.
Cole Sprouts has won this race. Casey
Yeah.
Klinger.
All right.
Him a few boys, as we're talking about boys, medium,
There we
and
go.
small. It's a fast one, just south of Phoenix.
Sure is. And one of the only NXRs that have like a pristine, open, vast course like this.
Yeah.
I was just watching a little shout out to our New York and Northeast broadcast that's going on right now as well. And over there in New York, there is some just crazy course conditions. Not necessarily because of the weather, but there's a massive hill in the middle of the course and some crazy footing you have to deal with. And we've seen that at Heartland, Midwest, where we saw that at Northwest. And we're going to see that at Nationals probably, given the history of the mud there. But here in the Southwest, we got pristine conditions.
Shorts and shirts.
Shorts and
Not
shirts.
not a pair of gloves in sight.
Not a pair of gloves in sight. Deep into November. I love it.
Here's my hot take here, Ben, because I've been thinking about it all morning. Is you have schools, some of the big schools around the country, highest ranked schools in terms of stats. They come down to Phoenix, basically sea level. Some schools are coming from 6,000 feet. A lot of schools have qualified from those high countries.
Yeah.
Do they do hot take here because it's still early in the broadcast? Do they do a high altitude NXR?
That would be cool.
You know, something
Right.
at Leadville, 10,000 feet.
There we go. That'd be
You know, Qualifying times are 19 minutes.
How fun would that be?
It would be fun.
I
Imagine
like it.
Phoenix kids going up there.
Woo.
That would be a tough one.
That might, yeah. All the Phoenix kids might not love that, but man, that sure would be fun. It does feel a little bit unfitting that, you know, you have a lot of these athletes that have probably trained in the mountains at crazy elevations, and then, you know, championship race they're on a flat, sea level golf course. But
doesn't always work like that at nationals.
Exactly.
You know,
True.
We'll see what Addie does later today.
That's true.
She comes from altitude. Hasn't won it yet.
Yep. Yeah, Ritzenheim, one of our top athletes. We have some absolute studs coming later this morning. That race certainly going to be a good one. Let's see. We should have some mile splits here from our boys medium 1 race. We got Case Thomas leading the way, B-Town Eagles in a 5:54. But he was closely followed by 3 other athletes in Asher Parsons, Axel Mason, Benjamin Olds. Those 3 were just a second behind him at 4:55. And keeping an eye on our team scores, we have the Bears Track Club. They have 2 in the top 5.
Case Thompson's had a good season from Broomfield, Colorado. He was 32nd at the state cross country meet, ran 16:03. Pretty good day.
Good day indeed. Ben, you mentioned Addie earlier, and I just want to touch on our girls' large school 2 race real quick. And it's something I hadn't gotten the chance to go back to because Real Training Colorado, or Niwot, they won the race just barely over Lone Peak here in these open divisions. And that's a battle we're going to see later today. Some of our top teams, we have Niwot, or Real Training Colorado. They're ranked 7th in the country. But then we also have Lone Peak, ranked number 2. We're already seeing the team battle here early.
Got American Fork, not too far back, ranked 17th. Heritage, Colorado. Mount Vista. Just to round out the field there.
So top right side of your screen, it's Case Thomas, and I believe that's Asher Parsons out front. 8:38 into this one. We are about to get underway here with boys medium race number 2. You can see some huddles, athletes getting ready for possibly what could be their final cross country race of their life.
It's rapid fire here at Southwest.
Races on top of each other.
But what a cool opportunity. Come out here, do something fun in the desert, spend some time.
I'm with you. Yeah. Always a good opportunity to get out there. See a Frozone outfit right there. Love it.
Will we see any caterpillars today, Ben? That was the highlight last week.
That was really good. Well, we got 2 or 3 caterpillars in the races at NXR Midwest. I have not seen any yet.
They're serious here in the Southwest.
Yeah, they are serious. They're down to business. Seen a couple costumes, but they were all like wind resistance, aerodynamic costumes. So we haven't seen like some full, Halloween type thing. I like this Frozen.
That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
We get a nice aerial shot. You can see the mountains in the background, but really a pristine golf course for the desert. Good footing. Laverne Gifton, where we were last weekend, a little bit more footing in terms of just having to navigate. There's a little bit of hills, a little bit of undulation, maybe a little bit more true cross country than a fairway.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, it's still racing at the highest level.
Certainly. And with some of the fastest athletes, it is kind of nice. We get to see the fastest athletes run incredible times. Like we could be seeing a sub 14 performance. I mean, that would be that's a bit of a stretch, as it would be 20 seconds faster than the course record, which we saw broken earlier today. And we saw Oliver Horton, he was the previous record holder. He ran 14:23 at Desert Twilight earlier this year. But some of those top competitors have said they want to break sub 14 in high school. So, possible?
That's fast.
That is certainly fast.
And that's what the previous course record's 14:24. So we're looking at a 25-second swing on a course record.
Yeah. Maybe. Championship season, never know. But it is tough. We've talked about this a lot and probably will be later this morning with the championship races. But a lot of these athletes have to peak like 3 or 4 times at the end of the season. A lot of them have to try to peak at regionals to try to make the state championship, especially in states like Colorado, Arizona, where it's seemingly impossible to make those championship state meets. Then they, of course, have to peak at state, peak at NXR now. And then for those top 1% of athletes, you have to peak at NXN too on December 6th. So it's just so difficult to keep running fast and faster times.
Yeah, that's where I keep looking at some of these smaller schools or smaller states like a Nevada, a New Mexico, where that athlete maybe doesn't have to do those big peaks, really gear themselves up for such a competitive state meet. And we're off in the maroon race.
All right.
Couple kids out hard here.
Oh, yeah. Running past the gator.
That
Frozone included.
he can't even keep up.
Where is his super suit right there. So that's the boys' large one race. And this is another interesting part of the course.
There's some trees.
There's some trees.
It's really random.
Really random. And we've seen athletes cross in front of the trees, in back of the trees.
Yeah.
It's kind of been all over the place.
Yeah.
So
that's
Never
one
mind.
coaches kind of discuss. I think when we get to the championship races, there's going to be a clear conversation about how to deal with that tree. Those trees. There's 2 of them.
got some signs out, some good fan attendance here.
I think the nice part about the Southwest is it's kind of compact. They do a couple loops.
I do like how you can see your opposition even a half a mile in front of you. You can take a look in the top right side of your screen.
Yeah.
I mean, that's about 800 meters of straight runway where you can chase down your opponents. So it might lead to kind of a disadvantage from leaders as they are, visible from all angles. But so far today, we have had no chase down victories. So
Yeah.
let's see. So through 2 miles, it's Asher Parsons for Meade Mavericks and the boys medium one race, top white and right side of your screen. 10:05 for him. Case Thomas is in second. Benjamin Olds in third. Jackson Matthews in fourth. Axel Mason fifth. Joshua Callister in sixth. John Garcia Gamez in seventh. Travis Carpenter in eighth. Cohen Christensen in ninth. And rounding out your top 10 is Tyler Forbes.
Still fairly close. 20-second swing between the top 10 here. Could see some mix-ups as we kind of go through the final stages here.
Yep. Asher Parsons.
Welcome back, everybody. Landon Rank here back. Your Niwot High School runner, Landon Rank back here. NXR Southwest Watch Party. Just going to meet it real quick. We are getting ready for our boys medium race and then boys large race coming up here in about 5 minutes. We're going to see Nate Kirkland, Angus, Anthony, lots of other guys like that coming today to take the crown for Niwot. This is NXR Southwest live in Mesa, Arizona. The winner, in the championship race later. None of these races really matter as much as personal PRs, but later on at 10:45, the Niwot boys will try to defend their NXN crown. Top 2 teams get an automatic bid to NXN. Top 5 teams will be in the race for potentially an NXN spot on December 6th, NXN in Portland, Oregon. Now, same thing with the girls' race. Top 2 teams do. Niwot has one of the top girls in the country with Addie Ritzenheim, who won NXN nearly just 2 years ago, and Niwot is the runner-up for NXN championship. All right, let's get right back to the race.
Olds possibly. And what a comeback this would be. Benjamin Olds comes back and beats out Asher Parsons and Case Thomas for the win. 15:22 and a last mile of 5:14. Are you kidding me? That's way faster than the rest of the field. Here comes Parsons and Thomas.
Finally had a chase down victory from Bears Track Club. That's Benjamin Olds.
That is impressive. The rest of the field ran around 5:30 in that last mile or last mile 0.1. Benjamin Olds ran a 5:14. So we probably ran almost sub 5 pace. Sub 5 mile pace for that last bit there, our last split.
Yeah, because his splits coming through is 4:56, 5:11, and then 5:14.
So with that race now concluding in the top or the bottom right side of your screen, that's boys medium 1. We now
Let us know in the comments who you're cheering for
the
now
boys
or other
medium 2. That's top left side of your
and almost ready for this boys race. Checking out that starting line view, trying to see if we can see any of our boys on here. Nate Kirkland, maybe Aiden Smith.
And then it's going to be our
He's in this
first
first
boys
race. Niwot
large
is
school
wearing
race,
blue
top right
jersey.
side of your screen. There's 3 of those, followed by our championship races here.
Thanks for stopping in, everybody. My name's Landon Rank. I'm a runner for Niwot High School. Thanks for checking out our live stream today for NXR Southwest.
Benjamin Old was 17th in his state cross country meet at the 4A in Colorado. That's the same division that Oliver Horton comes out of, one of our favorites for the boys championship race. Just to kind of talk about how deep cross country is across all levels.
It's crazy. It is crazy, especially in this division. A lot of these athletes have run against each other. You talk about Oliver Horton. He we mentioned him earlier, is the current, or just broken, but the current high school record holder of this course. And he is going to be an athlete to watch out for, not only in the regional, but in the national, as I drop my coffee off the table. He broke the Toka Sticks course record at Desert Twilight this year once again in 14:23.9. That was broken by just 0.9 seconds here today. And he also broke the Colorado.
Our Niwot guys are again in the blue jerseys, looking for them around here at the starting line. They should be in this white
He's
pack.
undefeated all season. He ran 8:13 last spring in the 3K. He's fast.
He is a fast
Welcome back in, everybody. I'm
one of his top competitors, though.
And rank. Drop down who you're predicting to win NXR Niwot or the other team.
He was just behind him.
An NXR live stream in 2 weeks.
Post-race interview, he said,
"Thanks for joining.
I just let Oliver control the race. I just followed him, and that ended up leading to his second place finish, he thought. So he has Oliver Horton in the back of his mind, trying to change up his pace, his strategy, and seeing if he can make history off the reigning Toka Sticks course champion in Oliver Horton.
And Jonas comes from Flag, where he's got that opportunity to train up high. He's training up at altitude. He probably doesn't necessarily have to peak for state cross country, right? He's run fast. He's checked all the boxes. He's run 14:56 on the cross course, and he's also run 14:28 on the track. I think he comes in with a little bit of advantage. We'll see kind of how he takes advantage of that. And he kind of knows some of the players. I think he gets kind of best of both worlds here.
Absolutely. And representing Arizona, it's cool that he gets a chance to rep them. It's hard to get a Southwest champion coming from the state of Arizona when you have such competition from states like Utah, states like Colorado. So Arizona repping with Johannes Van Meerten, hometown hero, trying to not defend home course in a sense, home state course, I guess.
Still can't see any of our Niwot boys on.
Small little dot on the map that many people call home, Flagstaff, Arizona.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have mile splits for our Boys Medium 2 race, top left side of your screen, maroon race. We got Colton Jones in the lead. He has a 1 second lead on Carson Boyer. Isaac Lacey in third, Brandon Yarmer in fourth, Sam Barthels in fifth, David Roberts in sixth, Brendan Watts, Tegan Conacy, Jay Tesso, and Levi Russell. That's your top 10. And we have 8 under 5 minutes, but all of that top 8 within 5 seconds of each other. And you can see how close it is on the top left side of your screen. It's pretty close. Single file line, but about 5 athletes in that mix.
Pretty much the first top 10, all sub 5 first mile. I think the thing that we saw out of the boys medium 1 when Benjamin Olds ran that fast last mile is the idea that the course is fast. Hard pack ground, ready to run fast.
Absolutely. We've seen a lot of strung out running like this. Not necessarily that these athletes are far apart from each other, but it's kind of like single file. And that tells me that they're just really pushing the pace. Like the turnover is quick. And so you just kind of have to file in line a little bit.
Yeah. It's a great day, 65 degrees, a little bit of overcast. Sometimes that
all right, ladies
that
and gentlemen,
desert
it is
sun can
finally
be a little bit
time.
rough, but today
boys
is a
are
great day
getting
to
ready.
race.
Boys large race,
Teamwork there,
numero
the
1,
Ruby
9:45
race.
a.m., kicking off here in 2 minutes.
Now getting ready
Nate
to go.
Kirkland, all your
It's gonna
guys
be
are coming
our
out. They're ready to try to
boys
win themselves the
large
boys.
School 1 race, first large race of the day. There's going to be 3 of those, followed by our championship races starting at 10:45. So stay with us for those. Ben, if you had to identify a state or a city as cross-country USA,
Ooh.
what would you say?
I think Niwot. I mean, they've been top. Are we talking high school across like BYU? I mean, we could talk.
Yeah, there's lots
You
of.
know, where are we?
I was more saying like region, like what town or state to you, just as like a region represents the sport of cross country.
You know, I think a region that kind of gets
Hey,
left
you heard
out
that?
in my mind a lot is
Niwot
New
probably
England.
is the
I
best
think, like,
high school
for
cross
some
country
reason, I
town in
think of
America.
New England. I think
So
of
blessed to
Coogan,
be
I
running
think
there every
of
single week with
cross
my
country.
boys.
I don't know why
Let's
my
get
mind
this
goes
race
that
going,
way.
though. We
It
want
goes
to
that
Nate
way because I
Kirkland
think there's a
Anthony
lot of cool
all
races that
set to
happen
go
out
here at
there,
NXR.
but it's often overlooked a little bit. But then you think about all the great races that happen kind of in the Northwest, right? Stumptown does such a great series of races. NXN, I'm super pumped for U.S. Cross to come here.
Here we
and win
go. Let's
World
check out where our
championships here in
Niwot boys at.
Tallahassee, and it's like maybe
Where are they at?
the whole country's
Maybe the whole. I like how they each have their own
flavor.
style, their own
Yeah.
flavor of cross country. You mentioned the Northeast is like
Where's
you
our
go
Niwot
across
boys at?
country,
Show them
race
out.
out
Show
there,
them out.
and
Where
wood
they at?
chips, there's
Yeah.
gravel. You're going through the forest,
Where
and
they
then you
at?
go in the Midwest and you're on a golf course, or then you go out into the mountains, or in the mud. It's kind of like a different sport, or
Yeah.
maybe cross country is just it doesn't really have defining lines really.
Yeah, and I think this race down here in the Southwest is so different because you have fanfare. Almost every kilometer, you're seeing people. You see your family. You see teammates. They're running across.
All right, I
But then you
our
look at
boys.
New York, and you're going to spend a little bit of time by yourself out in the woods, kind of on that, like, let's call it 2-track or a little bit of Forest Service roads where it's a little bit more fast paced. It's hard packed gravel road.
Yeah, you never know. Got to be ready for it all. And then here in the boys medium 2 race, we got some competitors all within a second of each other. There's to be 5 athletes all within a second. It's Broly Watts leading that charge there. Brendan Watts
Here we
second.
go, Niwot.
Possibly a pair of brothers right there from Western Slope Elite. We have Colton Jones in third, Isaac Lacey in fourth, Braden Yarmer in fifth, Carson
Third,
Boyer in sixth, Ethan Belknap in seventh, followed by Hayden Johnson, Riley Preble, and Jeremy Smith. That's your top 10. And we are just underway with our first boys large race of the morning. 18 seconds in, they're going to be our ruby color all race long. And just like that, we have, what are we working with? 5 more races until our championship sections.
Nobody had to dodge any trees on that start.
I'll opt in for the right side of it.
We'll have to
Big
wait
shout
till
out to the
1 mile
timers,
result.
keeping it all
See who's in
organized,
here, see
keeping
if
us on
Nate and our
track
boys-
here. We got good splits.
Oh, yeah.
We got 3 races kind of going on.
It's a well-oiled machine here at Southwest, both on the broadcast side and on site.
Let's go, Niwot.
Our volunteers, coaches, meet directors making it happen. We can see now, Ben, one athlete is shot himself out in front of the rest of the field. Got to look at who that is once they get real close to the finish line, but we will try to wait and see.
They got to continue to work up these hills, man. I remember running on those course earlier this year. It was dark out. There's a lot of holes around this area. There's some holes around here and some other places. But, man, they really got to continue to lock in here on this course. Yeah, right about there. Well, we're not quite yet, obviously, to our 1 mile mark, so we're not going to be able to get some splits on this one. But we should get there in a second. David Roberts of Roosevelt just finishing up that race in the boys medium, boys large.
Just under 15 minutes here. We're approaching within a minute here of our next finish in the boys medium 2 race. Let's see who this is. It could be one of the Watts brothers. Could be Colton Jones or Isaac Lacey. All of those four were running side by side at the 2 mile marker. And here we go. Down to the finish. All four of them in the final shoot. It's going to be right around 15:30, and we have our first dash to the finish here. We have 3 runners side by side. Let's see who it is. It's Broly Watts and Brendan Watts, the teammates, the brothers coming across the line. It's Broly taking the win for Western Slopes Elite. Brendan in second, and Braden Yarmer, not to be confused with Brendan Watts, is in third.
Good shoulder-to-shoulder battle there. 2 brothers going at it.
Love to see that. Just a second exactly separated Broly and Brendan. Ethan Belknap actually took third. He moved up 4 spots in that last final shoot to take.
And ladies and gentlemen, our boys have just hit the 1 mile mark, and we are going to get you guys some information on this race.
The split of the competition. Nice kick from him.
The thing that we saw, I'm kind of nerd out here on the stats a little bit, is the idea of splits, right? They had some good splits in the beginning, but it slowly kind of tapered off. It was out a little bit fast. Maybe the idea of just being around a little bit bigger field. There's a little bit of, noise and the.
I don't believe we have our Niwot guys in this race. Actually, I got it wrong.
Get out fast.
So far at the 1 mile mark, I don't
think
any of our
just
Niwot guys.
Off, and I just wonder if it's kind
our
of
Niwot guys might not be in this race.
Kind of this
looking up at it, no real training.
We've done the state
so
meets,
far, so we might have got it wrong.
Hype
Maybe
ourselves up.
Number 2.
Now it's a little bit of like
that's fine, man.
Flat.
But
I haven't done that good a training probably
6
the
minutes.
last 10 days. Maybe 1 or 2 sessions, but I'm kind of holding on.
Answers.
And you kind of see that come through in the splits here.
Athletes trying to energize their legs one final time for at least 99% of these athletes. This is the end of the road. And we have our next race coming through the mile marker here. This is the boys large school number 1 race. Parker Litton comes through with a 4:51. And again, we're going to see a big time sub 5 performance. And like you said, Ben, these athletes have gone out really fast, but maybe because of the end of the season, kind of the slog of not really training at peak performance is going to lead to some slower 2 and 3 mile times. But right now it's Latin, Judkins, Killian, Peckcasting, Daquan Teig, Braden Summers. Number 7 is Caden Voss, and in 8th is Aiden Ogg.
Latin comes in with some really good stats here. This is his first, what looks like his first appearance here at NXR. He won the 5A meet in Utah, won his regional, and almost undefeated all season in the 5K. And then in the 3 mile, he's had a good season, really good season.
All right, from Box Elder County Club, leading the way. It always helps when you have that leading experience. When you're used to running in the top of races, competing for wins, some good experience. Because even if you're super, super fast, if you don't have that experience actually racing, that could lead to some trouble.
Minutes to the race, 5 minutes.
Yeah, okay.
To start time, 5 minutes.
That's what I'm used to anyways, so thanks though.
Ben, I hear you have a theory.
I have a theory. I go on some tangents early in the morning and taper off by late afternoon. Is the idea of standardization. I think we have a lot of states that make up this great union of ours. It's the idea of getting everybody on the same system, right? We We have 3 mile cross country. We have 5K cross country. Don't get me started with the miles. But the idea that we find that distance that works for everyone. And whether it's 3 miles, whether it's 5K, I think there's an argument in all. I won't even talk about men and women cross country at the NCAA level, what distance they should run, but it's finding a unison. And I think when you start looking at results, it gets a little bit confusing every once in a while, especially, a simpleton like myself, where maybe I quickly, scroll through the Utah State and I look at, man, 15:13 is a fast 5K. Well, then it's 3 miles. Though there's not that big a difference, there's a little bit. That might be 20, 30 seconds.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's already hard enough to calculate what times are like in terms of quality in cross country, given course elements or what elevation they're at.
Yeah.
Never mind now not having different distances. Come on now.
Elevation.
Flat
Flat track. 200-meter flat track.
Yeah.
Elevation on a flat track. A lot of conversions going on, folks.
A lot of conversions. Yeah, that's why placing in cross country is critical. And I'll reiterate again, if you're new to the NXR series, that is what counts, ladies and gentlemen, to get to NXN. You got to be a top 5 finisher individually or a top 2 finisher team-wise to qualify for Nike Cross Nationals. That is only in our championship sections later this morning. So it is all about place. There are some at-large bids that will be handed out once it's all said and done. There's some of our fastest teams around the country that did not make those qualifications, but the only way to guarantee yourself is to meet those markers place-wise.
Top 2 teams, 5 individuals that did not qualify on a qualifying team. But we could be at Southwest, we could be in that region that gets some of those wild cards or those at-large picks.
Absolutely, yeah. There are several, as we were reading earlier, top 15, top 20 teams in the country in this region. Colorado and Utah, Arizona all produce national championships year after year. And we are just past 2 miles in our Ruby race. Frozone's finishing.
Frozone.
Not out. 22:37. Good stuff.
It's the sunglasses that got me.
And Mr. Octopus coming across the line as well. Maybe a squid, actually.
Just hanging on to Halloween for a couple extra days.
Yeah, so long. Boys large 1 race past the 2 mile. Caleb Campbell moving up 8 spots to capture the lead right now. 10:05.
Welcome back, everybody. We're here and got some Niwot boys here. Let's see if we can get some Niwot boys in here.
Parker,
Anyone see any of our guys in blue here? Hey, Kirkland, maybe. Some of the other guys. Let's see if we can get them in here in the race.
Casting, Daquan Tighe, Aiden Ogg, Isaac Sullivan, and Miles Jessen in the top 10.
Let's do it.
The boys large school race number 1.
There's Aiden. And there they are. Lucas, Tim, Braylon, Noah, Zach King. They're all right there.
See some top teams right now in our large race number 2. You saw RCXC. You saw Real Training Colorado, otherwise known as Niwot.
All right, here we go. We got our guys. Noah Barrios, Aiden Smith. It's time. Here we go. Niwot High School Boys Open Race number 2. We're going to get it started.
Yeah, I think that kind of keeps those teams on kind of that high pedestal, right? It's building
My
those
teammates,
big
let's do it,
teams,
baby.
having a lot of numbers, and just building that kind of intuition or institutional knowledge, right? And you can see in this bigger race here, they really take up that whole start line. Now folks have to kind of deal with this sidewalk.
And we are
whether you're
off.
wearing spikes or flats. You got the trees. A couple things to kind of consider.
Yeah, a lot of the coaches are keeping a close eye on this. A lot of younger classmen in this race could be the future of these historic programs. And will we get an athlete to the left of the tree? Just no, almost.
Yeah,
Saw Lucas
usually want to
Chin
take
there at the beginning of that pack. Good to see Lucas.
Shortest route is usually the fastest route.
Top right side of your screen, we got a drone cam back in the action here. Top 3 are neck and neck. believe this is Campbell, Latin, and Judkins. They all were
We will
within
get
a
our
second
first
of each
mile
other
marker
at
here in a little
the
bit.
2 mile and still in that position. But those three aren't the only ones that are in it. And we still got 4th, 5th, and 6th still running well as well. That's Kiptui, Voss, and Pekisting all in the mix as well.
There's our guy, Lucas Tim. Let's go, Lucas. Attaboy, Lucas sticking there in that top 5, looking to make some moves. Lucas is my wild card here to win this race today. No Barrios, not too far back there. Got to keep it going, boys. Keep it going. Let's go, Niwot, baby. We're going to get this job done today. About 1 minute, 30 seconds in, over 400 meters into this race. And we are already off to a nice race for Niwot. There's Anthony. Our guys, they are ready to go. All of them in this one race. There's Angus. Get him going, Angus. Angus with a nice start. All of our guys here in this race, Nate Kirkland, everybody, they're all ready to go here in the boys open. Let's do it. Nice start here for Niwot. So many good programs here in this large open, and this is going to be an amazing race. Let's go. Hopefully you guys are rooting for Niwot, or if you just want to watch NXR, thanks so much for clicking on the video today, guys. Good start
All
here.
right, folks. Next action, top right side of your screen. That's where you want to turn your attention to. 14:51 reads the time, and you're looking at our boys' large school 1 race. We've had a leader jump out in front of the rest of the crew. It was just Campbell, Latin, and Judkins, who were all grouped together in a group of 3, tightly knit. And all of a sudden, we have someone way out in front. You can see it now at our finish line, Cam. Who might this be? It's going to be right around 15:25 coming through the finish here. And this is Kiptui. What a finish here from Ethan Kiptui. He moved up 3 spots. What a finish. He ran it just around at 5:26. That was nearly 10 seconds faster than the rest of the field. Parker Latin in second, Graham Judkins in third, Daquan Tig in fourth, Caleb Campbell in fifth, Caden Voss, Xavier Pekistang, Miles Jessen, Aiden Ogg, and Isaac Sullivan. That's your top 10.
15:34 for the win.
What a finish. Ethan Kiptui, remember the name.
Good start here for our Niwot boys. 1 mile is in.
And I think these races seem to be the story of athletes holding on.
Jack French and
Everybody seems to be getting out.
Lucas, let's falling back to 16th.
We're right around that
right now. We have a combined 44
maybe
points.
sub 5 first mile.
44 points right now for us. We just Lone Peak just took the lead against us. 44 points. We come in Lone Peak looking ahead of the lead. Braylon Brown in 9th. Lucas Tim in 16th. Noah Barrios in 30th right there, coming out of 5 flat. Zach King at a 504 just behind Barrios. And who else do we got down here? It's going to be interesting. Paxton from Longmont. Brooks Lee coming in at 5:19. Nate Thompson at 5:19 himself. Ty Morris at 5:20. Smith comes in. Aiden Smith comes in at 5:21. Who else? Let's check around the horn here. The results are coming in through the 1 mile mark. Duncan comes in at 5:29. Towns comes in at 5:31. Where's Nate Kirkland at? Josh comes in at 5:35. Nate should be soon behind. Nathaniel Kirkland comes in at 5:42, so a good start for Big Nate. He's got to keep it going here down at sea level. And then Anthony Petty, Isaac Wicks at 6:19. All right, folks, we are back. That was your update there for Niwot. Good start.
There. Now, he had an unbelievable finish.
Excited to see how it's going. Right now, we are currently trailing Lone Peak by just
that one
5 points.
and does it again here at NXR.
We gotta keep it going
over
here now,
at our boys' large 2 race. We got our brown screen here in the top left. We are over a mile here. It's Lucas Predum for Hilltop Track Club, 4:54, and he runs in a huge group of runners see how many we got. We got 13 athletes within 2 seconds of each other. That is a tightly contested race, to say the least. Again, Ben, Real Training Colorado and Lone Peak topping the leaderboard again.
Going after it. Real Training and Lone Peak. Let's freaking go, Niwot. Comment down below who you are cheering for right now, ladies and gentlemen. Niwot, it's got to get
all builds to the championship race. Except for Hilltop Track Club going 1-2 right now in the boys large 2 race.
This is a fast race for Braylon. He's going to get it. He got a sub-5 first mile. Jack French just barely ahead of him. Lone Peak again, 108 points. Niwot, 113. We'll have to check at the 2-mile marker.
So our final open race, warming up there in the top right side of your screen. It's been a busy day, race after race after race on top of each other. Seen some good finishes here. Probably our best finish from the last one, Ethan Kiptui.
All right, we're almost done here with this race, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to have to cut the stream short due to I have to go to my sister's basketball game, but I'm going to watch the championship game there. You guys can watch it on Runner Split. It's only $12.99 a month.
Just talk about
we'll
the
finish
depth
this race here, folks. We're going to try to see Niwot get a win here. Comment down below who you're cheering for.
That is a lot of folks racing here. Not saying everybody showed up and towed the line.
Niwot trailing by 5 points to Lone Peak. This is where our guys got to make moves. This is where we got to make moves here for Niwot.
Yeah, running culture is
it's alive and well.
For some people that worry that the sport of cross country or track and field is on the way down or not in the peak of relevance, well, that number certainly says something else. In terms of participation and activeness, it is certainly alive and well. Absolutely. And to know that a lot of those 5,000 runners have had to travel hours and hours and hours just to get here from states around the region. Just crazy.
And I think about all the kids that continue on running, whether that's at a collegiate level or if that's, active in a run club somewhere. You just never know where some of these kids may end up. They might be the next great marathoner, maybe a next great ultra runner. You just never know. Running takes a lot of different shapes and sizes.
Absolutely. You've seen.
We got to get Noah Barrios. We got to get Braylon. We got to get some of our teammates right up there in the front. Mile number 2 should be hitting now, and we're going to get the results right as they come in. Niwot
open race kind of guys
5 points
or
at the 1 mile mark. Got to get the job done here at the 2 mile mark.
They graduate to college or past then and breathe new life into their running career.
Get it now,
interesting sport in that view.
All right, here we go. 2 mile mark is in. Niwot,
a lot of these athletes
following
at the end of the road in terms of their high school career. So competitive running, at least on a team.
10:02. Braylon Brown fell to 20th.
How has your relationship changed with running?
Noah
when
Barrios
you
at 30.
graduated from your professional career?
Right behind Noah Barrios at 10.
How does that change?
What is that all the way back to 3rd place
when you step out of the super?
Probably not going to change here as the result or slowly.
Well, I've run about 7 miles this year alone, so I'm really in depth steeped in the running culture at the moment. That wasn't the angle you were thinking.
I was falling all the way to 4th place.
No, I think running changes. People's relationships with running changes as they progress.
Again,
right?
we only have Braylon Brown and 20th
athletes come through these systems and have tons of success right away. Right, I think about the whole host of individuals who have won an NXR or won a state championship.